Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 25 shows Boruto making a deal with Momoshiki. If they defeat Jura, if Momoshiki gives Boruto his strength, and they defeat Jura, then Boruto's gonna essentially let Momoshiki take over. But he hasn't exactly thought it all the way through. Although it's a nice, tempting offer, he still hasn't thought about, the long-term repercussions of having Momoshiki take over his body and, destroy the village, fight his friends, defeat his family. He hasn't really taking into consideration that Momoshiki is gonna terrorize everybody, and the main person that I can think of that's really gonna hurt Boruto is Himawari. Now, what are the chances that Borushiki or Momoshiki in Boruto's body, whatever, goes up and fights Himawari? It depends on any number of circumstances, though I doubt it would be Himawari first to go up against Boruto or Borushiki, you know what I mean? I imagine something like Kawaki would be the main fighter, but there's also Sarada, she could also be a fight. It could also be Code as well. Jura is obviously going to face off against Boruto, but Borushiki is a little bit on the fence about it. But mostly, what does a Himawari versus Borushiki fight look like? It's going to be a lot of Himawari trying to snap Boruto out of it, and maybe she could be the one to get Boruto back, you know what I mean, depending on how long Borushiki lasts. It's kind of up in the air right now, but I do feel like she's the one with the most potential to emotionally awaken Boruto. And I don't know, I think that if she awakens her abilities and is capable of fighting on par with Momoshiki or Borushiki or whatever, I think it's going to be that moment of awakening her Byakugan so she can match Momoshiki. A mix of Kurama's strength, and I don't know, it's going to be a wild ride. It's going to be a wild fight if it comes down to that. And I imagine that Boruto's not going to want to hurt Himawari, but if Momoshiki's in charge, then I guess he really doesn't carry the way about it. It's going to be a tough call. It's going to be a weird way to see things, And it could be the deciding factor of why Kawaki's nah, I got to kill you, Boruto. You saw what you did to the village. You saw what you did to Himawari. This is a threat. You know what I mean? You're a threat, and I can't have this anymore. You know what I mean? It's still unclear how things are all going to get sort of resolved, or how Boruto takes back his body and stuff like that. Cause I don't know, dude. I have no idea, but I'm speculating that right now Himawari versus Borushiki, Sarada fights Borushiki, Kawaki goes against Borushiki, maybe Kashin Koji. It's going to be a huge fight against him. More so than it is going to be them all teaming up to fight the Shinju, I think that Himawari obviously has a long ways to go, but the emotional impact of having to fight her brother, or, well, so kind of her, because of omnipotence, her mind is all backwards, you know what I mean? But having that emotional connection, having to fight against Boruto at all, is gonna it might be just the push she needs to give her Byakugan to awaken her abilities, to push her to that next level, you know what I'm saying? So there could be some, I mean, obviously it's sad, but there could be some benefits to it, there's some benefits for that happening. But as for a real fight or a real battle, it's not going to come down to the death, but it is going to be Himawari has to lose in order for Momoshiki to kind of progress, or to win the day, or to further his goals or whatever he's going for, So we're going to have to wait and see, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think Borushiki versus Himawari is going to be that's going to be such an emotional fight, or do you think that maybe they keep that whole thing separate? They don't even want Himawari to go against Boruto. Maybe they just put her on the sidelines, or Kawaki puts her in the Daikokuten to protect her and stuff. We don't know, right? That's the thing, but Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think it's like possible at all for Boruto and Himawari to fight against one another with Momoshiki like taking over Boruto's body. Obviously, it's going to be interesting to see, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think that's a direction that they should go in or could go in or probably avoid, you know? But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Again, don't know why I keep saying that. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah.